playing and watching football became hazardous. The forecast tonight, incidentally, is for fog. The reason we couldn't see Brian Roy last week was that he'd been dropped from the Nottingham Forest lineup, but he won a recall in Saturday's defeat at Everton and keeps Andy Salenzi out of an unchanged team tonight. Tottenham have lost the injured Dean Austin since last week, but David Howes is fit and back in their starting lineup. One legacy remains from that abandoned game, a yellow card for Jason Dizelle, which stands and means he'll be suspended from the quarter-final if Spurs make it. Gary Willard, the man who was forced to call a halt in the blizzard, is ready to make a start again. Aston Villa patiently await the outcome. 10 days have passed since they reached the quarter-finals, and as it would be another 10 days before these two could replay, we can do without another draw, thank you very much. This Littlewood-sponsored FA Cup has had enough either-ors for one season. Brian Roy, who was only recalled at Goodison on Saturday because Andy Salenzi's loose one from Stone. Mark Williams retrieving it for Roy. Away from Calderwood. Would have got away from Mabbott, the challenge was late. Roy's had a dozen games since that cartilage operation in November. But he's looking sharp and lively tonight. Phillips is 7, Cooper is 4, Wone is the player on the far side. Ian Wone it is, it's in! What a start from Nottingham Forest! Ian Wone has scored inside of 4 minutes, Ian Walker never moved. Seemed to go through the wall. Walker covering the right-hand side of his goal, and it came through a gap in the wall, and the keeper was just left completely unprotected. And Ian Wone, with 7 goals, is now Nottingham Forest's leading scorer for the season. Stone. Held up by Wilson, no more. Such a determined customer, Steve Stone. His nickname in the dressing room here is Bulldog. Phillips under pressure. He's done well to find an escape route. Campbell letting it run for Roy. Wone is to his left. Roy going for glory, and just as well Ian Walker was well positioned because the power of the shot made him take a step back as he held it. Sheringham had wrong-footed Cooper, and the Nottingham Forest captain is going to see yellow for that. Completely deceived by Sheringham's control and turn. Sheringham, Armstrong, 1-1. 2 goals in the opening 8 minutes, it's 1 apiece. And the Sheringham-Armstrong combination moves on to 36 goals. And they make them for each other. Sheringham did so well, strong enough to hold off Cooper, and Armstrong tall enough to get to the ball first. That was the key tussle though. Armstrong between defenders had a relatively simple task. Rosenthal. Howells. Armstrong getting in front of Phillips and finding Fox. 3 in support of Will Fox here. Oh, Sheringham just got to touch Rosenthal with a volley, and Crossley prevented it from going for a corner. It's come through for Howells, and now for Armstrong. The semi-finalist last season with Crystal Palace, lead scored in the semi-final against Manchester United. Rosenthal to Campbell. Took a deflection all the way through, Crossley lost it, and Armstrong found it. Tottenham Hotspur take the lead with Chris Armstrong's second goal of the night. The deflection on the cross made it very, very awkward for the Nottingham Forest goalkeeper, Mark Crossley. Just lost the flight of it a little bit, couldn't hang on, and it fell oh so kindly for Armstrong. Sol Campbell it was who forced the error. Cooper, here's Armstrong. Almost paid for that distraction. I've got a corner to defend against, but Sheringham blocked on the line by Scott Gemmill. Sheringham went for the rebound. Crossley was brave. Everybody getting a little excited. It did come out of Crossley's hands momentarily. Whoa. Looking for Roy. It might be dead right. Oh, he just couldn't quite take it in his stride. Ian Walker was off limits. He would have been off the field if he'd intervened. It's Steve Stone. And that was a good chance too. Mallet. Three waiting for a cross too. Arnold Muren is the only Dutch player who's graced the FA Cup final thus far. Phillips. Wone's done well to find Phillips again. Stone's there. Wilson got between Stone and Campbell. Rosenthal had his shirt tugged. A Walker from Campbell, and somehow he managed to scoop it out of the path of Roy too. Terrific double stop by the Tottenham keeper. Instincts to keep out Campbell, and a little bit of courage and quick reaction to deny Roy. Little, whose fine pass set up that attack. Well, that might just turn out to be a key moment in the night. Steve Stone picking out Kevin Campbell. Well, just hooked out his left foot moments after making a tremendous save. You can only watch and hope now from the sidelines. Stone, he's away from Wilson. Oh, he would have been away from Rosenthal, who clearly held him back. All a little bit amorous. And deserved yellow card for Ronnie Rosenthal, but he may feel at this moment that's a small price to pay. What was a very menacing run from Stone. Tottenham have everybody back goal side now. It's Ian Wone. Oh, I'd say that's a blinder. Nottingham Forest back on terms with a memorable goal from Ian Wone, his second of the night. He's been their best player for me, and that's an unstoppable shot. Didn't need any help from anybody in the wall with that one. Smashed into the top corner. 2-2. Look where he hit it from. It was only about 8 paces from the dead ball line. And look where it finished. Might even have clipped the post. You don't often see Frank Clark like that, do you? Campbell actually got there first. The keeper made a save. Nice handshake between the two as they return to their stations. McMahon has found Sheringham. Oh, just wide. Teddy Sheringham almost put his former employers out of the FA Cup there. Haaland slipped, and Sheringham's effort just slipped wide of the post. Chetlik was who lost it. Haaland who came across, and the shot just across the face of goal. Brian Roy. Jerry McMahon getting back to help out. David Hull. Just as a referee was right on the edge. A lot of people inside the City Ground who don't agree with Gary Willard. Gamble to Wone, who seems to make something happen every time he gets it. Roy. Bart Williams. Little. Ooh, it's a teasing cross, and Walker dealt with it well. Got there in front of Campbell. Sheringham, but Fox is offside. Stoppage time. And Aston Villa looking on, mustn't know quite whether to laugh or to cry about all this. Haaland. Silenzi. Little. Now Gamble. Roy. Campbell. Challenge came in from Mabbott. The last issue of the night to be decided was that deliberate handball by Sol Campbell. One thing it wasn't was inside the box. Came off Little, but it's fallen kindly for him. Campbell. Here comes Wone again. McMahon managed to get back to him. Teddy Sheringham. The never-ending story of the 5th round of the FA Cup goes on. The replay will be on Saturday week, 3 weeks after the 5th round began. Ian Wone gave us the most memorable moments of a pulsating tie. Ian Walker made one brilliant save in the second half, which denied Nottingham Forest instant passage to the quarter-finals. They have a marvellous record at White Hart Lane. 9 wins, just 1 defeat in their last 12 visits. But no name has been on the FA Cup more than Tottenham Hotspurs, and this one could still go either way. Aston Villa, be patient.